Welcome back, or welcome for the very first time to Worms and Warriors. We're playing our Confederate campaign in Grand Tactician The Civil War. It's November the 6th, 1861. If you are new here, why not hit that subscribe button and follow the series along? If you're into historical content and gaming, especially strategy gaming, you're in the right place, so stick around. Before we carry on, I just would love to ask a favour of everybody. If you could just take 1 second out of your time and press the like button, that would be awesome. That kind of thing really helps little channels like this grow. And I know it's annoying when people ask for that kind of thing, but you know, it's quite a lot of effort making these videos, much as it is fun. But it would be awesome if you would just take a second to press like. That would be really appreciated. But let's get started here with this episode. We are heading into episode 10, like I said, and we've just fought a nice big battle over here in Virginia. It was a nice scrap. I know if you watched the last episode, you might not have seen too much of it because of my bungle. If you don't know, I've just gotten a new monitor and my screen recorder was still set to 1080p. This is now 4K. So it messed up the recording, and I do apologise for that, which is why I'm doing this extra episode for you guys. So I'm dropping this episode on either Wednesday or Thursday whenever I've finished editing it. Usually I only drop one episode per week on a Monday because, generally speaking, I'm quite a busy guy. But yeah, so anyway, there's an extra episode this week, and I hope you're going to enjoy it, and I hope it's going to be a good one. Although it is going to be a winter episode where sometimes not that much stuff happens. You will also have to excuse my throat. I've had some ongoing problem here with this damn throat. It keeps on making stupid noises. Anyway, so that's enough of that. We're going to be starting this off. Let's have a quick look at the overview here. So I always like to start things off with the front line, see where we're at. It gives you a good idea of what's going on. If you missed the previous episodes, check out the playlist on my channel. Go back to whatever it was you were up to, and you'll be able to follow us along and see how we got to this stage. For those that don't know, maybe Kentucky has seceded and has joined us because we drove the Union out of there and captured Louisville. Right here, right now, Bragg is sitting there with 8,000 men, which is nice. It's a nice little position to be in. They have got an army here, the Army of Indiana, without 8,500. So, I mean, we haven't got huge manpower advantage there or anything. The main action has actually been in Missouri, where I've been quite aggressive. In the east, we're just holding a defensive line, really, up here at Manassas, where, I mean, Beauregard and Joe Johnston have fought 2 or 3 battles now, and it's going okay there in Virginia, to be honest. I'm not really interested in offensive action in Virginia just yet, but that may well come soon. Missouri, like I say, has been our main focus for offensive action, and kind of Tennessee into Illinois. As you can see, we've captured Cairo down here. All this is in the red. But the Union Army of the Mississippi is down here. Let's just get the front lines view off. They are here, but they've got no supply. Albert Sidney Johnston, with his Army of Tennessee, was based at Cairo, but I've had to pull him back here into supply from our depot at Jackson North Railroad. So I've also moved up the Western Recruiting Depot, which is it's only small, but you know it's just kind of blocking the way here for any potential advanced from the Army of Mississippi, because the plan is to move our Army of Tennessee up towards St. Louis. That's the idea. At the same time, Van Dorn, who pushed up here, we fought a battle at Pappinsville, we marched across, marched into Jefferson City, and found ourselves completely out of supply. So, with it being November, I figured the best course of action was to head south towards our Fayetteville depot, let him rest up, and come the spring, or maybe even later in the winter, we will push up here through Springfield, take Rolla and the Union depot that's there. The supply depot here is quite crucial, so we'll take that, hopefully. I mean, that's the plan. Plans don't always work out, of course. There's a fort there as well, Fort Griffin, which we will need to take. But that's the idea. So we want to take this place and then push up on St. Louis and meet up with Albert Sidney Johnston, and then have a sizable force at St. Louis. I don't know if that's going to work out. We have got Pemberton down here. He's going to have around 4,000 men when some recruits arrive, which is not a huge force, but if we can stick an extra couple of brigades into here, I figure he could probably hold this whole area. That kind of Arkansas, Missouri border, keep the Union at bay while we hold St. Louis. And that will then hopefully leave Bragg open for some offensive action here, maybe take up in Indianapolis or somewhere like that, or maybe Cincinnati. I figure that will cause a big reaction from the AI. He's bound to send troops across from the east, which then might open up an offensive in the east and the taking of Washington, which means we could end the war. Our main issue is finances, as always for the Confederacy. It's really difficult. It says A1, but I'm sure this is going to bump down to BBB plus pretty much immediately following the press and play. Projects, I am waiting for funding for the, what was it called? The command reform, so we can have full armies. So that's coming in soon. We funded 1.2 million so far. We need 1.5 million. So once that's in there, we will do the command reform, and then we'll have full armies with corps in the field. In terms of policies, we are working on military 2, which is only 7.9 days away. Then we're going to move into conscription. Conscription obviously is a bummer for all those guys in the field, but it'll be good for us. It's going to extend all existing contracts to 3-year contracts. To put that in some kind of perspective, let's have a look at some of these units, like 6 months away for Waitman's guys till their contracts are up. Slack 6 months, 5 months for the Florida Brigade, you know, things like that. So they're all going to be extended to 36 months, which, like I say, it is a bit of a downer for those guys, but it's just, I mean, needs must. We need the troops in the field. We can't afford these guys all going home, or even a third of them, to be honest, because numbers are tight. And just while I'm on here, actually, I'm on the Missouri Fighting Irish. Their commander was wounded, and I've replaced him with Little. Obviously, Little is kind of an Irish name, I think. Well, whatever. Lewis H. Little is the commander. He's a really good commander. I think he would have done well historically as well had he not been killed fairly early in the war. I'm sure he would have been one of the Confederacy's kind of stars out there in the West or the Trans-Mississippi area. So he is now in charge of this brigade. Van Dorn's been promoted to Major General, as have all the other army commanders now. For some reason, it really drops their initiative down when you upgrade them, when you promote them, sorry. Except Beauregard's didn't, for some reason. I don't know why he stayed on 2, but Albert Sidney Johnson went from 3 to 1. Van Dorn went from 3 to 2. I really don't know why. I mean, all these have gone down. I'm not sure if any of the other ones have, but he's been doing all right, Van Dorn, actually. Magruder's still a brigadier. He's only in charge of a small division. Pemberton's, likewise, it's just the Hampton division. Albert Sidney Johnson, again, his stats dropped. I don't know why this game does that. I don't see why, when you're in the same command with the same people, the same guys, your same army, you would lose stats because you've been promoted from Brigadier General to Major General. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I suppose they're trying to reflect something in-game to stop over-promotion, but realistically, what difference does it make whether Albert Sidney Johnson has Brigadier General or Major General on his shoulder pads, you know, or wherever he's got carrying his rank, in terms of how he's going to lead these men? I mean, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, these are the smaller recruiting depots. I haven't promoted these guys. Bragg's still a Brigadier as well. He could just stay there, I think, for now. Yeah, so anyway, the plan is to unlock organisation reform, and then that's going to open us up for obviously having full armies in the field. So we'll have an army in the Trans-Mississippi. We'll have an army of the centre. I don't know what I'll call it yet. Maybe the centre district, something like that. And they'll have the forces underneath them. And then we'll have obviously we'll put Lee in charge in the east as he was historically, and we'll put some corps underneath him. Probably we'll run on 3 corps, I think. So it's going to be probably the 1st Corps here, and then the 2 main forces under Beauregard and Joe Johnston. But I might transfer one of them to Army Command out here or in the Far West. I'm not the Far West, the Trans-Mississippi. I keep calling it the Far West. The Trans-Mississippi. If I'm saying Far West, I mean the Trans-Mississippi. Anyway, I feel like I've been talking forever. I mean, probably only a few minutes, but when you're doing that kind of thing on your video, it does feel like a long time. But that's the plan. So that's the plan for the policies. We're going to work on that, and then into conscription, which is going to be 31 days. So in it, like, under 2 months, we'll have conscription in place. From there, I think I'm going to open up a diplomacy, and then we're going to fund in finances. We're going to fund diplomacy with quite a lot and lower the military spending a bit, because as you can see, we are spending 10.33 million, and that's going to go through the roof actually when we open military 2, because it allows extra spending. But we're going to drop that back a bit. We're going to scale that back to maybe around 8 million, and we'll dump an extra couple of million into diplomacy to see what we can do. Our economy's gone from growing into recovery as well. I mean, we are really struggling already. So I'm thinking we'll open up diplomacy 1, and then I'll do the tariff act to bring some money in. But I mean, it's going to be unpopular in Europe, but realistically, we're not going to be able to really bring intervention in. We are on 40%, but it's not something I'm really working towards, to be honest. I've never seen it happen, and I've certainly never seen it being good. Oh, the Army of Iowa, so they're forming another army up here as well. But yeah, that's it. So let's have a look here. So Van Dorn is marching down to, he needs to regain readiness. You can see his readiness is shot. They're low on ammunition. 61% supplies. I mean, it could be worse, obviously, but they're not really in any position to press on. Let's get these guys moving down and get them out of there. I've got them on a forced march as well, I think. Let's just see what happens. Oh. So as soon as we press and play, we're getting Confederate armies unstoppable. Yankees forced to skedaddle. Southern morale intact. More Union prisoners taken. Yeah. Confederate citizens pleased. Let's actually have a look at our prison. If I can remember where I put it. Oh, we've actually got 2 prison camps, which I didn't know. We've got the Williamsburg prison camp and the Laredo prison camp. I wonder if we start off with that, maybe. This is the one that I built over here somewhere. Wherever the heck it is. Near Williamsburg. There it is. It's got 4,266 prisoners in, and it can only hold 5,000. That's interesting. But I did not know about the other one. And why has this one got a little yellow circle underneath it? Also, I'm not really seeing it, so I have no idea where it is. Oh, there. That's got nobody in it. Is that because the other one's not full? I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. How much does it cost to upgrade this building? 4.9 million. Really? 4.9 million? It only costs 3.6 million to build a new one. What the hell? A hospital is something we do need. 3.6 million to build a hospital, but where do we build it? High priority. I mean, do we build it over here? We've done a lot of fighting over here. Next to Carrollton. The Carrollton, Arkansas hospital. I'll leave the hospital for now, but I was kind of thinking about that. Maybe over here. Let me know in the comments if you have an opinion on that. Yeah, I'm a bit baffled with the prison camps. I wonder, we'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. Weapons. We've got 1,100 Springfield muskets, 4 12-pound field guns, handful of plains rifles, couple of muskets, yeah, musketoons, Model 17 rifles, 198. We've got 8 10-pounder Parrots, 2 3-inch ordnances, 349 Springfield rifles, 1,100 Mississippi rifles, so they're still coming in on our order. Let's see what's going to happen here. Get Van Dorn out of there. Jefferson Davis for 6 years, so he's been elected now as the official president of the CSA. The condition's still good, so, I mean, if we do come across the enemy, then I guess we'll fight them. Oh, Springfield's actually flipped to the Union. Let's see what's going on in the east. They are pulling back. Pulling out. The West Virginia militia is still there, so we could strike those guys. 16,000 of them. What kind of state are our guys in? They're doing pretty well, actually. Readiness is fine. We've got a perk for these guys now. Let's give them the ambulance corps, which I always like to do for the first one. It is winter, so I'm not overly keen on fighting during the winter if I can help it. I like to keep it kind of historical where I can. However, it's not always possible, of course. Let's promote Withers to Brigadier General. Let's see what it does to his stats. Nothing. Kirby Smith already is one. Hughie is a Brigadier General already. Ewell is as well. And Longstreet also. Some of these units are looking a little bit battered here, down to 1,300 men for the 4th Brigade, for example. Nothing to give them, sadly. I do like that Mississippi rifle. I think that they're awesome weapons. You see all these contracts are on 5 months, or lots of them anyway. And that's not good. So we need the Conscription Act really to come through. Gordon's men, they've done awesome actually in the last couple of battles. Both times at Manassas. So the first one they lost 61 men and inflicted 244. And the last one must have been negligible or 0 casualties and inflicted 148. Good job. No perks yet for anybody though. It takes a long time for the perks to go up in this game. So even though the Hampton Division didn't actually fight, it's still on here as having been part of the battle. So these guys have lost their first battle debuff, which is nice. Very, very handy. Yeah, we're on BBB Plus, by the way. Our national morale is 97. 63 for the Union. National support 91 against their 84. We've got 82 morale in our armies. They've got 59. 25 loyal states and 13 for us. I mean, that's, you know, it's always like that. 143,000 in the field for them now. 113 for us. Navy tonnage, not even worth looking at it. Military experience, I was a bit higher. They've won 4 battles. We've won 10. We've suffered 24,000 casualties. They've suffered 36,000. European relations, yeah, it's okay. We've got a slight advantage. We are actually picking up supply now, so that's good news. Pulling supply in from up here for somehow. Readiness is still shot, though. Speed this up a little bit. Albert City Johnson is in winter quarters. He has recovered somewhat. He's up to 16,000 men. I'm going to send them to St. Louis. That's going to give the Union a bit of a headache, I think. I hope. The US warns Europe not to intervene, so the Union blockade is now proclaimed illegal. 0 supplies for us? How could Pemberton have 0 supplies? He's right next to the depot. Whoop, what the heck happened there? We've encountered... Is it... oh, Keim. Pemberton's withdrawn. I mean, he could join this fight. But anyway, we've got Van Dorn facing off against Keim and his kind of about 14,000 men. 14,500. He's got 13,900 infantry in the field, 12 guns, and 467 cavalry. We've got 20,668 infantry, 3,295 cavalry, and 14 guns. The fight will probably be grim on this battlefield, but let's do it. See what happens here. Alright then, so we're facing William H. Keim with 15,000 men and 12 guns. The enemy army is green, morale is reported to be confident. The supply is outstanding. The supply state of our own army is outstanding. I mean, I don't think it is outstanding, but it's pretty good. It's an offensive battle. The Battle of Springfield. Yeah. Moody Spring we've got to capture. I can already tell you this is going to be a tough one because of the terrain, which, I mean, maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Let's have a look closer in. No, it's pretty open actually, but they've got a nice hill here to get their artillery on. So, let's see. So it's the Wilson's Creek battlefield here. Let's see our forces. Let's get Van Dorn moved forward a little bit. We are starting late in the day as well. We're starting at 16:29, which is not great. There's the Missouri Fighting Irish in their distinctive green uniforms. Looking pretty cool, actually. Who we've got here? Jeff Davis International Brigade. Look at those guys. They look awesome. They've got Springfield rifle muskets now as well. So if that's your brigade, I can't remember whose this is, but if that's your brigade, I've just given them Springfield rifle muskets that we captured. So they look awesome there. These are just Missouri State Guard troops. Pierce's brigade as well. So pretty well armed actually altogether. Who we got here? Let's move along. This is Heinman's division. We've got the Jan Ziska Legion here. They look very rough and tumble. Look great. Stevens Brigade, new ones. Yell County Rifles under Whitewood, looking awesome there as well. And some more green men, who we got here. Colin Campbell's Cannibals, looking awesome. Springfield muskets for those guys. We've got some artillery batteries here, some very colourful uniforms going on. These are under Polk. 10-pound Parrots there. 12-pound Napoleons. And more Napoleons, nice. So we've got another infantry brigade here. These guys looking very colourful as well. Let's start with these. Who are these guys? Nobody. Okay. Red and green, looking pretty cool. MSG Infantry Brigade under Waitman. We've got the Florida Brigade there. More Missouri State Guard troops. And then we've got the cavalry, of course. We've got Stan Watty with his native contingent. We've got the Missouri State Guard cavalry under Bowen. And the Arkansas Mounted Rifles. Excellent. So the plan of action. I'm going to assume he's going to line up here. Okay, that's what I would do. I would line up here because I would expect the main force to arrive down this road. That's what I would be thinking. We're coming in from here. I'd be expecting us to arrive along the wire road and come this way. So I would have my infantry arrayed like this and probably the guns up on the hill. Maybe 1 or 2 brigades on this side. But he's only got 15,000 men as well, remember. So we do outnumber him slightly. Well, somewhat. I can't remember what the actual numbers were. 24,000 to his 14,000. So we do have 10,000 men on him. But attacking isn't the easiest thing in the world. I know I keep saying that all the time, and it really isn't. However, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have our main attack come over this way. So it's probably going to take us, we won't get into place today. But that's what I want to do. So there's some paths here. I mean, I don't know how good they're going to be for marching along, and I've got to go through these woods. But if we can do that, maybe that'll spring a bit of a surprise for him. What do you think? Or am I being stupid? I did toy with the idea of sending an infantry division this way, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to split my forces like that. I suppose I could send McBride's division with 5,000 men. Nah, we'll be split all over the place. It'll be difficult, I think, to coordinate. Or am I being too ambitious? This is going to be too difficult for these troops. I really don't know. Well, there is a road, which, I mean, that helps. Can we get our guns in place and things like that? Polk's very slow at moving, I think. Screw it, let's try it. I'm gonna move our men along this side of the map. I'm gonna try and cross here, and I want to strike over there. So let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna start the battle. Our cavalry's gonna go onto this side. I don't know if they'll be able to do anything, but see what Sibley can manage there. I'll detach Sibley from command as well while I'm at it. Times 20, let's get going. Yeah, so the roads are pretty clogged. Waitman's off like a shot. Our cavalry's on the march, so even if they don't engage, at least we'll get a sight of the enemy, and it might make them think that we are coming this way. Whoa! Okie dokie, so it's almost like he anticipated that. Just straight out of there, boys. Straight out of there. We don't want to do any of this fighting here. Let's get the hell out. End of the day, thank goodness. Okay, so we can bring our cavalry back. That was lucky. Right, okay, so this kind of plays in our hands, actually. So I'm going to do the kind of thing that the AI normally does, and that is I'm just going to march around him, and I'm going to go straight for the objective on the wire road. Screw him. And I'm going to build some breastworks here. I'm going to dismount his cavalry. And hopefully stop him from pursuing if he wants to come around our flank. Or at least we'll know he's coming. So we're going to march around with McBride's brigade, a division, as fast as possible. Going to get them across here and, yeah, strike them there. Okay, day 2. Let's get started. See what the Union makes of this. Okay, we are on the move again. Through this questionable path onto a slightly bigger road again once we hit here and we're moving across. So the AI did assume we were going to come over this way. That's why he's lined his men up here. And we know he's got 14,000 men, so that's what's he got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 brigades of infantry. The 1st cavalry and his guns. I mean, he's probably got another gun battery somewhere, I guess, but who knows? Nice. McBride's already in place. Good job, McBride. Whenever I say McBride, I can only ever think Danny McBride, which makes me think of Kenny Powers, of course. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that, but that's immediately what I think of when I say McBride. Not sure if that's just me, though, but that definitely is all I can think. Nice. So we have taken up position here. We should be capturing this any moment. This should give him a bit of a problem. I'd be foaming if I was the AI. Yep, we've captured that now. We are defending officially. However, whether he moves or not, that'll be another question entirely. But our boys will have a minute here to get rested up. Fatigue's okay still, I mean, that's fine, but we might as well let them rest a little bit more. So McBride's division is actually really well armed. McBride's got Springfield muskets for these guys, but rifle muskets, Mississippi rifles, and Plains rifles. So nice range for those guys. Makes a change. I'll just times 20 it just to get everything in place here. I think we will attack him, I think. We're going to come down this road and we're going to attack him with everything we've got. We'll send one division through these fields. And the rest can strike them this way. He has seen us now. He's coming up with some troops. I wonder if they're all going to come. Whoops, I still got on times 20. Shoot. Just getting some skirmishes out here from our rifle armed troops in particular. There's that long-range fire from our rifles. Mississippi rifles again. Hopefully causing havoc amongst the Federals troops there. Get the cavalry moving forward here. I'm going to hit them in the rear with the cavalry when the opportune moment arrives. Quite content just let our skirmishers do the work here and let them do whatever it is they want to do. We're resting up nicely. And that's great. Get Van Dorn a little closer to the action. Not too close, but a little closer. Quite happy just to fire in this brigade. We've caused 65 casualties. Loring's division. I'm going to swing them around and smash into their flank. I hope. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That's what the plan is. Our cavalry is on the march. Little Missouri Fighting Irish coming across here. Causing havoc in this Union flank. Quite happy just to let them come at us piecemeal. This first brigade's being mauled. They're away. That's their flank turned. Going alright, I think. Hopefully I didn't just jinx that. I'm not sure where our cavalry is. Oh, here they come. Let's keep pressing. Let's get this finished. Decent. Van Bork's guys, Jeff Davis in the National Brigade, has swung around the rear. Our cavalry's arriving as well. Nice. I think he's recognised the danger with the cavalry arrived in his rear. They're pulling out, okay. Let's see if we can cause some havoc here. See what happens if I charge these guys in. Maybe we can take some more prisoners. Pretty enjoyable fight on the whole. Hope these cavalry don't just rout. I would like to take some prisoners here. Decimate their forces. I'm not sure if that kind of thing happened in the Civil War very much. Like a kind of Napoleonic style of riding down shattered enemy troops. I'm not sure. Maybe it did. I really don't know. If you know, stick it in the comments. Seem to be leaving quite a few bodies behind, so something's working. There's a whole trail of dead and wounded, I guess, or maybe they just depicted as prisoners. I'm not sure. Nice. A major Confederate victory. We lost 610 men to their 3,900. That's just what we needed out here, actually. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that battle. Hope it was fun to watch, but I enjoyed playing it. So that was a 2-day battle, November the 11th to November the 12th, 1861. 600 casualties to their 3,900. That was a nice, huge loss for the Union there. 4,000 men lost out there. That's bad news for them. Van Dorn's become famous and is an inspiration to his men. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what the after battle report says. That was pretty impressive. I really enjoyed that. The army of the Southwest Missouri is fleeing in panic. General Van Dorn becomes a national hero. I'm not surprised after that performance. The Battle of Springfield has ended with the army of Southwest Missouri retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory. The enemies reportedly suffered casualties of 3,901. 292 killed and 1,918 captured. Morale's believed to be nervous. I'm not surprised. We lost 77 killed, 267 missing, the rest wounded. We're determined. Supply situation is good. We captured almost 3,000 rifles and 7 guns. 1,900 prisoners have been sent to our prison camps. That was a good outcome. I mean, I would say that was like a masterclass of maneuver. Without trying to blow my own trumpet, of course. That was great. All but wiped this army out, really. I mean, they're down to 10,000 now in that. So we took out like over a brigade's worth of infantry there. Some good news. And much needed as well. So Van Dorn, he'll now be shattered, of course. His army's knackered. Readiness is right down. So we will have to rest them up over part of the winter and then push on Rolla. Hopefully we can meet up with the Army of Tennessee up here at St. Louis. That's the plan. And kind of bring this front line along this Rolla-St. Louis line and then push the Federals out of Missouri. That's what we'd like to do. So let's have a quick look at the weapons, see what we've got. It's always hard to say. I wish I would just tell you what you captured. Do you know what I mean? We didn't capture any Springfield rifles, or if we did, negligible amounts. Muskets. So it must have been Springfield muskets or mixed muskets that we captured. So nothing great in terms of artillery. I'm sure we had 8 10-pounder parrots anyway. Yeah, that's nothing to get too excited about, unfortunately. However, any weapons that we pick up off the enemy is fine by me. Stuff we don't have to buy, Just got to move it on slightly here. Let's get him back to this depot. He's going to have to pull back to the depot. Low provisions, low ammunition, low food, low everything. We're going to pull back into Arkansas, let them resupply and winter there probably. Military 2 is ready. That's nice. Excellent. Just going to pause this here. Military 2 is done. So let's go for conscription. 31.3 days. Perfect. Perfect. Projects. Have we got all the stuff ready that we want yet? Not quite. We do have quite a lot of stuff ready now, but not the one I want. Okay, let these guys pull out. They've got no supply whatsoever. Pemberton's fully supplied again. The Army of the Southwest is still hovering around here. 9,000 it says now. Alright. The Trent Affair. Confederate diplomats captured. So it's November the 16th, 1861. Van Dorn is back here. He should be picking up supply now, I think. I mean, I don't really see why he's not. There's supply in the depot, so let's supply our army. Come on, guys. Ah, there we go. He's picking some up. Excellent. Excellent. That's exactly what he needs. The readiness is shot, though. I mean, I doubt they'll be able to move again this year. We are almost at St. Louis. That's nice. That's excellent, in fact. We have actually funded it now, so I guess this probably just needs a little tiny bit more to get it over that edge. National morale is 97 now, 62 for them. As you might guess, not that much stuff happens in the winter usually. Ooh, we are at St. Louis. We've issued bonds again as well. Our finances are not great. We still can't do that reform even though we've funded it. Let's give it a couple more days. I thought I could end the episode maybe with doing the reform. And then it means for the next episode I can have it ready and set up our armies. So Pemberton is fine. His readiness is up. He's got 3,000 men, which is not a huge army. He's got 61% supply. I want him to go and see if we can capture Rolla. Because we've taken St. Louis, or we are about to take St. Louis. Which comes with the St. Louis Armory, of course. Which realistically should mean we get more weapons and things, but I don't think we will. Our 2 brigs are ready as well. Nice. So this is our raiding squadron. I'm going to put the brigs in there. Excellent. CSS Virginia is at 66% as well, and our 2 double-enders are nearing completion. That's our fleet out here. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of perks. Sea Raider 3, I'd give them blockade busters, and let's give them the thing where you can attack forts. Amphibious attack, there you go. So that's shaping up to be actually a half-decent fleet. Another city falls, so that's obviously St. Louis gone there. Union citizens in dismay, I'm not surprised. So that's a big blow to them. Ship constructors, that's the two ships I've just seen there. It says he's out of supply, but surely he's going to draw from this depot. He's got to. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, but why can we not do this? The following... Why? You need military 3. What the hell? So for command reform, you need military 3. I didn't know that. That's crazy. That's stupid. So hang on. What's the difference with them? They sound the same to me. Organisation reform. We need 2.5 million for that one. I think it does the same thing as far as I can tell. Maybe you just don't need military 3. Bizarre. I didn't know you needed military 3 for that one, but you know, whatever. Let's keep going with it. Van Dorn's readiness come back up slowly but surely. He's in winter quarters, of course. "18 days away from conscription. It is November the 28th, so we're heading into December. It's like the middle of winter here. Got another infantry brigade ready. Let's transfer them out. That's in the Eastern Theatre. So I think for now, this is a good place to end the episode. We've captured St. Louis. We've beaten the Union yet again in Missouri. We did lose that first fight in Missouri early on in the war, but the other battles here have gone very well. Pappinsville and then Springfield. There was no problems at all. It was pretty cool. The Battle of Cairo was good as well. And now we've got St. Louis, which, I mean, honestly, that's a big blow to the Union. I'm surprised he's not rushing over with armies from everywhere. But he's not. So anyway, I'm going to stop the episode here. The next episode will be out as normal next Monday. This is just an extra episode, as I was saying I was going to do. If you've got any strategy ideas, pop them in the comments. I have discussed with a few of you guys in the comments what we should be doing. We've got the Army of Kentucky here with 8,000 men as well, remember, which, well, I mean, they're kind of contested with the Army of Indiana, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. But they are kind of our main guarding force here. I may build this recruiting depot into a core of the Army, which I'll form here when it's ready, you know, once the project is available. Let's see where we are with that, actually. Oh, we can actually do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll save it first. I'll save it first because it's just, I just don't know if this is the right thing. I don't want to pick this if it's not going to work. Okay, so organization reform, I'm going to do it. There we are. Means we've got nothing to assign now. We've done the organization reform, so let me just see if I can make an army in the East, because we will be making an army in the East anyway, so let's just try that out just before I end the episode, just to make sure it does work. So, Virginia, Army of Northern Virginia, under price, I don't think so. Let's give that to Lee. Transfer. Okay, so then let's see. So we've got, yeah. Oh, awesome. Yes, so we can. So, and then Johnson. So that's our 2 core in there. If you hire him in as well, chuck him in. That's the 3 core system setup. So 55,000 man Army of Northern Virginia. That's awesome. So we've got that. So their headquarters will be around here somewhere. Down there. That's cool. So yeah, we've got the organization reform. I'll sort these armies out and I'll rename the corps and stuff like that. And I'll see you in the next one. I hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing. Take it easy, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit like on the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.